Good evening and assalamu alaikum. This is me, Wafa Qayum, once again here on my AI training session. Today, I was given a task to have a review on a TEDx talk that is on the topic "Why is patience a power?" and it's basically about the Oliver Burke man. In this, he basically talks about that the importance of patience. This whole story revolves around looking or staring to the picture for about 3 hours, like a painting that was by Orleans. It is basically an Orleans named painting given by Edgar Degas. Sorry, designed by Edgar Degas. So basically, the Olivers in this talks that if you're looking to this picture, he says that we have spent for about 3 hours staring to this single picture, and if you talk to a normal person about this, he or she might thinks that it's nonsense and the wastage of time staring to this very picture or single painting for about 3 hours. What a nonsense. But he basically tells about the patience, that patience is the superpower. If a person has a patience and he wants to dive into something, he can even like explore even more for the things that are they might be nonsense to others, but it can make deeper meaning for the one who has patience. And he is basically giving an example that in today's era, the way we are rushing, the way we got a patience. Uh, if we take the examples of the technological world, in that he gave example that the Amazon, if it got to upload the things 1 second late, it can even lose for about 1.6 billion dollars per day, not even in air. So this is a big loss. And then he says that the way like we are acting to the traffics, the way we are managing our angers, the way we are reading books, like we want to rush. Let the things give it the proper time it wants or it would take. The technology has also made us quite impatient. And then he has given the example that we at the time of Victorian age, the women basically used to have more patience, but the concept was passive, like they only did in order to make like have a good impression in the society. So it was the passive concept while their husbands don't do so. But further on talks about this very topic of patience in three domains. Like the first one about the practice creative waiting. The solution is that how can we come up with the patience within ourselves? First is that we must practice creative writing. Like to this concept was basically like named negative capability by John Keats, but he says that you must like wait, but you must wait creatively rather than just like wasting your time. If you're waiting creatively, you can come up with good ideas. Like if we take the examples of creativity, if is the topic is about the creativity, so if you take an example of creativity, creativity doesn't come directly into the mind. You have to take a bit time. Like what if I tell you that when the good idea comes to mind, when you are just rushing or when you take a bit time, it's like when you take time. So then further on he says that the next solution is to embrace the power of stopping. He says that gave the example of American psychologist Robert Boyce when he was about to like learn the academic writing. So he has been through lots of hurdles, but what he did, it was not like the wastage of time. He gave things the time it requires in order to gain the overall essence of something. Moreover, he says that we need to learn to do things at a time, to do one thing at a time. Like you must not just jumbled up the things, and that we used like rush, and the things that are hard to us we just used to skip that and then move for the easier ones. What if you are doing one thing at a time? You can even come up with the hurdles, you then you try to sort out that hurdles. You would have the mastery of that very single task in depth other than just switching on one another and then the next one. So this is how we can say that the patience is power, because it lets you to deep dive into everything that is technology, your creativity, your relations, whatsoever it is. But it everything, every sphere of life must be given the time it requires. That was it. Thanks for your time. See you next time. Love is.